When you consider that beta and gamma males are behind beta and gamma males in the social hierarchy, it is not surprising that sigma males and alpha males have many of the same personality traits and features. The sigma guy will opt to sit outside this hierarchy and observe from a distance, confident in the knowledge that he doesn't conform to the expectations of this social hierarchy, even though they are equal in status. Despite having many similarities, there are a few things that the sigma accomplishes far better than the alpha, and those are the things we will be writing about in this article. Not sensing pressure to compete or being threatened. Alpha males are obsessive competitors who strive to rule their surroundings. They crave attention, and it might be difficult for them if they are not the center of attention. The only person a sigma guy cares about dominating is himself. He doesn't view other people as opponents and doesn't feel threatened by them. Instead, he chooses to base his opinion of other people on their abilities and contributions, as well as their unique personalities and characteristics. He mocks the alpha male's intrinsic drive for competition and, to be completely honest, thinks it is a terrible waste of time and effort. The dominant male expressed his emotions without acting aggressively. He is viewed as dominant, boisterous, and loud with a tendency to sound pretty aggressive and frightening, especially when expressing himself. Although he has some characteristics of an alpha male, the sigma is better at communicating his ideas and convictions without being forceful or threatening. The sigma, however, rejects this type of attitude. He always keeps his cool, and he's usually the only one who can defuse a potentially explosive situation or a heated fight. The sigma man would sooner cut his losses than engage in a fight because he views conflict as a waste of time and energy. The alpha typically enjoys aggressive confrontation and the in-your-face energy that it brings, but if he is forced into a state of fight, he will use strategy to defeat the enemy rather than brute force. The sigma male prefers to utilize his mind to express himself, even while the alpha male employs his brawn since he is more likely to spend time working on his physical fitness. Being genuinely nonconforming. The sigma male is well known for being a nonconformist and non-compliant with authority. This means he chooses to sit on the outside of the social hierarchy, along with all of its norms and expectations. He is the personification of a rebel without a cause, who goes against the grain, and this comes to him as naturally as breathing and sleeping. The difference is that the alpha is not a natural nonconformer at all, unlike the sigma male who is as nonconforming as they come, by default. Instead, he puts on an act to stand out from the crowd and get what he wants. The alpha, on the other hand, may pretend to rebel against society and brand himself as a bad boy, a maverick who walks to the beat of his drum. He doesn't follow trends, he doesn't feel the need to do things that society demands of him, or behave in a way that is deemed as the right way to live. The sigma's desire to walk his path, follow his instinct and shake things up to stay true to himself might ruffle some feathers along the way, but there is nothing that can stop the sigma from being his own man. Remaining sincere and genuine to himself. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that the sigma man excels at keeping true to his actual self more than his alpha male counterpart. The sigma man is fully aware of who he is, what he stands for, what he desires in life, and most crucially, what he does not desire. He will never compromise his principles or act unethically. Regardless of the cost, he values those as much as the alpha does personal gain. The sigma prefers to live his life devoid of guilt and deception, even if he is the only one impacted. He has no patience for those who sell their souls to the devil. He doesn't want to be on his deathbed one day, feeling regret for leading a life that was out of line with his true self. The alpha is unlikely to worry because he doesn't plan that far ahead. The alpha is solely concerned with the here and now and what he can get out of it. Relying on himself for validation. The sigma guy exhibits just as much confidence as the alpha male, but he excels at not needing the approval of others to feel validated. He is aware that his worth is more significant than anyone else's. Who can you rely on to make you feel good about yourself if you don't? On the other side, the alpha male needs to feel appreciated by his peers to feel fulfilled. In contrast to the Sigma man, who is more likely to have a much smaller circle of very close friends, he can have a ton of friends who are only average to feel validated and as his worth has improved. The Sigma doesn't see any sense in this at all, since he is aware that the validation you receive from others is only fleeting and that you will eventually require more validation from others. If your self-worth doesn't first come from within, you can never experience true fulfillment, and it means nothing at all. Quality always triumphs over quantity in the Sigma system. Being liberated and self-sufficient. One of the key characteristics of a Sigma guy is having a great deal of independence and self-reliance, as we discovered at number 5 on this list. This is a strength of the Sigma. The Sigma archetype possesses the attribute of self-sufficiency the most frequently, and he excels at it far more than the Alpha does. Even though he would never acknowledge it, the Alpha is more likely to need to rely on others to be sufficient. The Sigma doesn't require anyone's care or assistance to survive in our world. He is aware of his issues and is capable of handling them on his own, but if assistance is truly required, he won't be afraid to ask for it. After all, being able to solicit assistance can be viewed as a sign of independence. To live in a way that gives him the ability to determine his fate and live in a way that is authentic to himself, the Sigma avoids relying on anybody else, especially authority. For example, as a free spirit, he will be more likely not to own his own house in exchange for the freedom that comes with renting. He relishes his liberty and ability to depend on himself, so it wouldn't be surprising to anybody if he decides to travel the world alone with nothing but a backpack and a passport. This doesn't faze him. If he encounters challenges, he has the confidence in himself to know he will be able to handle them. Maintaining boundaries. There is one thing that the just as confident but more introverted Sigma guy does so much better than the Alpha that might surprise you. Yes, the Alpha has plenty of confidence, and yes, he's very gregarious and social, and likes to be the life and soul of the party. Respecting others' boundaries and degrees of comfort falls under this category. The Alpha will bulldoze, bully, and force his way through circumstances to accomplish what he wants, manipulating people as necessary without regard for their feelings or level of comfort with him. The Alpha won't let anyone or anything stand in his way if he wants to talk to someone to further whatever ulterior goal he may have. He will probably prey on those who are more sensitive and empathic, who are more likely to continue being courteous and slightly engaged, and who are less likely to cause him trouble. How adorable. No, but in all seriousness, the Alpha is so charming that is how he gets away with it. The Sigma, on the other hand, would never dare to carry on speaking or acting in a way that would make someone else uneasy. He recognizes the value of setting boundaries for himself and will uphold them, expecting others to do the same. That looks reasonable. The Sigma reads body language and acts appropriately, whereas the Alpha may have also noticed these social signs but won't give a damn. Both the Alpha and the Sigma are equally charming and charismatic. Being alone. The Sigma guy is gloriously capable of the simple act of being alone, in contrast to the Alpha male. The opposite is true for the Alpha man, who needs interaction to feel re-energized and renewed. This is a result of one of the key distinctions between the Alpha and Sigma personality types, extroversion versus introversion. According to some, the Sigma man is an introvert who is an introverted Alpha. He truly enjoys solitude and longs to be alone since it revitalizes and revivifies him. When he is by himself, he may concentrate on bettering himself, whether it is by working on personal projects or enhancing his emotional, physical, or spiritual well-being. This explains why he doesn't tend to be such an avid user of social media, preferring instead to participate in meaningful activities such as developing and cultivating real relationships, new experiences, or gaining financial independence. putting himself first, always. You might think that this behavior is typical of an alpha male, and you would be largely correct. However, there is one significant difference. An alpha will sacrifice his own needs and wants for the benefit of his tribe, sacrificing his happiness by placing the needs of highly esteemed members of that tribe before his own. The Sigma guy, on the other hand, is a lone wolf and doesn't care about what is good for the tribe until the tribe offers a short-term practical or sensible solution for the Sigma. He looks out for number one first and foremost, despite how others may perceive him for doing so. Whether it's a personal, professional, or romantic goal he is pursuing at that moment, he will prioritize that, and ultimately himself, above all else. They are more thoughtful than alpha males. Alpha males often don't think things through before acting, but Sigma males do. They like to plan and figure out all the different angles before deciding. This can sometimes make them seem slow, but it's really because they want to make sure they're making the best decision possible. Sigma males are more open to new ideas than alpha males. This has to do with how both genders are socialized, so Sigma males are more eager to try new things and take risks. Alpha males are risk-averse and like to stick to what they know. They're not as open to new experiences or ideas. Sigma males are more supportive than alpha males. This is because they were raised in a more laid-back or free-spirited household, so they aren't as critical of others and are more open to other people's ideas than an alpha male would be. They also don't tend to be measured by a few skin cells or an IQ number. Sigma males are more courageous than alpha males. Alpha males are often cowards because they're afraid of things that might threaten their power or status. Sigma males are more courageous because they don't let fear control them. They will face their fears head-on and aren't take on new challenges. Alpha males tend to lose interest quicker than Sigma males. Alpha males lose interest because they have a limited attention span, and their life is based on one focus at a time. For example, when an alpha male falls in love with someone, he's really into her for a while, but then his interests will change to something else like work or school. On the other hand, Sigma males are more content with life and don't worry about remaining committed to one person for a more extended period. Sigma males never need to compete with anyone else for attention. Unlike alpha males, Sigma males are content with themselves and do not need attention from other people as much. They also have a more stable emotional state and are happy with their own company. This makes them less likely to compete with others for attention. They rarely get jealous of other people's successes. Alpha males are often very competitive and jealous of other people's successes. Sigma males don't feel the need to compare themselves to others and be happy for their successes. Jealousy is not a part of their vocabulary. Sigma males hate drama. Alpha males, on the other hand, live for drama. Sigma males take a more passive approach to relationships and do not like confrontations or arguments because they too easily trigger them. They have learned that arguing is never productive and can make people feel bad about themselves. This leads to increased self-loathing, which Sigma males want to avoid at all costs. Alpha males want to control. This type of behavior can be wrong for relationships because alpha males want to control everything in the relationship, which causes them not to listen when they should or take advice from an outside source. Both are things Sigma will avoid at all costs. This is because Sigma males are more content with themselves and do not need other people's attention. They also have a more stable emotional state and are happy with their own company. Sigma males will challenge you to be your best self. A Sigma male will challenge you to be your best self and help in whatever way they can because that's what a true friend does. When it comes down to the end of the day, he doesn't want anything from you other than for you to be happy and prosperous. Alpha males will not challenge you in this way because they are more interested in themselves and what they can get from you.